Did you know that by the time you reach the age of 60, your circulatory system has traveled enough miles to circle the Earth more than twice? And yet, for millions of seniors, the most important journey is simply getting blood from the heart down to the toes and back up again. If you have been noticing that your legs feel heavy like lead, or you are dealing with that frustrating nighttime cramping that wakes you up in a cold sweat, or perhaps your feet always feel like blocks of ice even when you are tucked under a warm blanket, you aren't just getting older, you are experiencing a critical slowdown in your peripheral circulation that needs immediate attention. Today, I am going to reveal a specific combination of two common household drinks that, when mixed correctly, act as a potent vasodilator to relax your blood vessels and flush out the metabolic waste that pools in your lower extremities, potentially restoring that youthful flow overnight. This isn't just about comfort, it is about preventing the long-term damage that poor circulation can do to your nerves and skin. And we are going to dive deep into exactly why this happens and how you can fix it starting tonight. To understand why your legs feel the way they do, we first have to look at the sheer physics of the human body because as we age, the valves in our veins, which are responsible for fighting gravity to push blood back up to the heart, begin to lose their elasticity and strength. Imagine a one-way swinging door that has become rusted or loose. Instead of snapping shut to keep the blood moving upward, it lingers open, allowing blood to pool around your ankles and calves, which creates that intense pressure and swelling known as edema. This pooling is more than just an eyesore or a reason your socks leave deep indentations in your skin. It is a sign that your oxygen, depleted blood is sitting still, which can lead to inflammation and even the formation of dangerous clots. Many people believe that poor circulation is just an inevitable part of the aging process, but that is a dangerous misconception because while our vessels do change, our lifestyle and the specific nutrients we put into our bodies have a direct, measurable impact on the diameter of our arteries. When we talk about restoring circulation, we are really talking about two things: nitric oxide production and the reduction of systemic inflammation. Nitric oxide is a gas produced naturally in your body that tells your blood vessels to relax and open wide. And as we cross the age of 50, our natural production of this miracle molecule drops by nearly 50%. This is why that specific two-drink combination I mentioned is so vital, as it focuses on flooding your system with the precursors needed to jumpstart that nitric oxide production while simultaneously thinning the blood just enough to let it glide through those narrower passages. Let's talk about the first ingredient in our circulatory tonic, which is high-quality organic beet juice. Now, I know some people find the earthy taste of beets a bit polarizing, but from a clinical perspective, beets are one of the most powerful tools we have for vascular health because they are incredibly rich in inorganic nitrates. When you drink beet juice, your saliva and the bacteria in your mouth begin a chemical conversion process that turns those nitrates into nitrites, and eventually into that precious nitric oxide I just mentioned. Scientific studies have shown that a single glass of beet juice can significantly lower blood pressure and improve exercise stamina in seniors within just hours of consumption because it literally widens the pipes. However, beet juice alone isn't the full solution because we also need to address the oxidative stress that makes your vessel walls brittle, which brings us to the second part of our mixture: raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar. While it might sound like an odd pairing, apple cider vinegar contains acetic acid, which has been shown to improve the sensitivity of your cells to insulin and help regulate blood sugar levels. High blood sugar is one of the primary enemies of healthy circulation because excess glucose in the bloodstream acts like shards of glass, scraping and damaging the delicate lining of your arteries, a layer known as the endothelium. By combining the nitrate-rich power of beet juice with the glucose-regulating and alkalizing effects of apple cider vinegar, you are creating a dual-action flush that cleanses the vascular path while forcing the vessels to expand. When you mix about 4 to 6 ounces of beet juice with 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, you are essentially giving your legs a chemical green light to move fluid. It is best to consume this about an hour before you plan to lay down for the evening, as this allows the nutrients to reach peak concentration in your blood just as you are moving into a horizontal position, which is when your heart has the easiest time circulating blood to your extremity without fighting the full force of gravity. But we cannot stop at just a drink. We have to look at the what not to do side of the equation, because you can drink all the health tonics in the world, but if you are sabotaging your veins during the day, your progress will be stalled. One of the biggest mistakes I see seniors make is prolonged sitting without what I call micro movements. If you are watching television or reading for hours, your calf muscles, which act as a secondary heart for your body, are completely disengaged. The calf muscle is designed to squeeze the deep veins in your legs, physically pumping the blood upward with every step you take. If you aren't walking, you must perform seated ankle pumps. Simply flexing your feet up and down 20 times every hour can prevent the stagnation that leads to nighttime cramps. Another silent killer of leg circulation is high sodium intake, especially from hidden sources in processed health foods. Sodium causes your body to retain water, which increases the total volume of blood your heart has to pump and puts immense pressure on those fragile vein valves we talked about earlier. If you notice that your legs are significantly more swollen at the end of the day, it is a clear sign that your sodium to potassium ratio is out of balance. Potassium is the natural antagonist to sodium. It helps your body flush out excess fluid and relaxes the walls of your blood vessels. This is why, alongside our beet and vinegar drink, I often recommend increasing your intake of potassium-rich foods like avocados, spinach, and bananas. You should also be aware of your hydration levels because as we age, our thirst mechanism becomes less sensitive, and many seniors are walking around in a state of chronic mild dehydration. When you are dehydrated, your blood becomes more viscous or thicker, making it much harder for it to travel through the tiny capillaries in your feet and toes. Think of it like trying to pump cold honey through a straw versus pumping water. The thicker the fluid, the harder the pump has to work, and the less likely it is to reach the end of the line. Beyond nutrition, we must discuss the physical environment of your legs. Many people reached for heating pads when their feet felt cold, thinking that external heat would solve the problem. While heat does cause temporary vasodilation, it can actually worsen swelling if you have venous insufficiency because it draws more blood into the area without providing a way for it to leave. A much better approach is contrast hydrotherapy, which involves alternating between lukewarm and cool water in the shower. This causes the blood vessels to rapidly constrict and dilate, acting like a workout for your vascular walls and helping to pump out stagnant blood. Now, I want to address a very important aspect of circulation that is often overlooked: the health of your nerves. Often, what seniors perceive as bad circulation is actually peripheral neuropathy, where the nerves are damaged due to lack of blood flow or high blood sugar. If you feel tingling, numbness, or a pins and needles sensation, your body is telling you that the circulation, the tiny vessels that feed your nerves, is failing. The beet juice and apple cider vinegar mixture is particularly helpful here because it improves the delivery of oxygen to these tiny nerve endings. However, you must also ensure you are getting enough B vitamins, specifically B12 and B1, as these are the building blocks of the protective coating around your nerves. If you are taking certain medications for acid reflux or diabetes, you might be deficient in these vitamins without even knowing it. As we move forward, let's look at the timing of your activities. To truly restore circulation overnight, you need to prepare your body in the hours leading up to sleep. In addition to our tonic, I recommend a 10-minute legs up the wall pose. This is exactly what it sounds like, lying on your back and resting your legs vertically against a wall. This uses gravity to your advantage, allowing all the pooled blood and lymph fluid to drain out of your lower legs and back toward your heart and kidneys to be processed. You will often find that after doing this, you'll need to use the restroom shortly after, which is a great sign that your body is successfully moving that excess fluid out. Another tip for the what to do list is to check your footwear. Many seniors wear slippers or shoes that are too tight or lack proper arch support, which can compress the dorsal artery on the top of the foot, further restricting flow. Ensure your shoes have a wide toe box to allow your toes to splay naturally, which encourages blood flow to the very tips of your extremities. We also have to talk about the role of magnesium in this process. Magnesium is the ultimate relaxation mineral, and most adults are significantly deficient in it. If your leg muscles are chronically tight, they are physically squeezing your blood vessels shut. Taking a high-quality magnesium glycinate supplement or using a magnesium spray on your calves before bed can work in tandem with the beet juice mixture to ensure your vascular system is as relaxed as possible. It is also worth noting that you should always consult with your doctor before starting a new regimen, especially if you are on blood thinners or blood pressure medication, as the natural vasodilating effects of beets can sometimes be so effective that they require a dosage adjustment of your prescriptions. The goal is to work with your body's natural rhythms to create an environment where blood can flow effortlessly. If you commit to these changes, drinking the nitrate-rich mixture, staying hydrated, moving your ankles regularly, and elevating your legs, you will likely notice a significant difference in how your legs feel within just a few days. You will wake up with ankles that look more defined, legs that feel lighter, and a newfound energy because your heart isn't working twice as hard just to keep your feet warm. Remember, your circulatory system is a closed loop, and every small improvement you make at the ends of the loop in your hands and feet has a massive positive ripple effect on your heart and brain health. By taking these steps, you are not just fixing your legs, you are protecting your entire body from the inside out. To wrap up our deep dive into senior leg health, remember that the key to restoring circulation lies in the powerful combination of beet juice for nitric oxide production and apple cider vinegar for blood sugar stability, supported by consistent movement and proper hydration. By focusing on both what you put into your body and how you position your body before sleep, you can effectively flush out stagnant fluid and nourish your tired limbs. If you found this information valuable, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and let me know in the comments what topic you want to see next.